Yo, how are my people doing? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 1 of Flacco's Fun World. Hey, alright, listen, we got a lot of things that are going on. You probably have no idea why you clicked on this if you're new here. So, I just want to welcome you all here. Also, how do you like my background? I don't have a green screen on, so maybe it's not going to look its best, but it's pretty decent, okay? So, hey, welcome to Flacco's Fun World. What is this podcast about? Well, I'm so glad you asked. In this podcast, we're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff on this thing, okay? We're going to have funny stories to tell. We're going to have interviews with different people and talk about funny moments that happen. Gaming videos on this podcast. I know that's crazy, right? Well, we're going to do it all. Think of it as a YouTube channel, but it's on Spotify. So, hey, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Flacco the Great. The name is literally right there. You can't see my hand, but yeah, it's literally right there. So that's my name. So hopefully you remember that because I'll quiz you all on that. Okay. So what is today's first episode? Well, I am glad that you guys asked. In today's first episode, we are going to be talking about some of my most scariest moments that happened to me, and that had to do with my peanut allergies. So let me tone it down just a bit for just a sec. So yes, I am a guy who has peanut allergies. In today's episode, we are going to go over that today. So hey, before we begin though, let's get that timer. So you got 10 seconds to get candy, to get your popcorn, to get your friends or your enemies. So I'm giving you all 10 seconds. So go. All right, I hope you all had time to get all your snacks, candy, enemies. I don't know. Hey, if you guys did though, then congrats. So, like I said, this is the very first episode on Flacco's Fun World. Now, before we keep going, I do want to tell you all about my other podcast that I have that is called Ultimate Issues. It's actually a devotional podcast. Okay, so here are the things you're gonna know. Let me pull up the slides because you guys are gonna need them. Oh, I don't even have the slide for this. Never mind. So it's called Ultimate Issues. Okay. And it would say Ultimate Issues Podcast with Aiden Fountain. That's my other podcast. It's a devotional podcast where we kind of get into God's word and talk about stuff. So I've uploaded about 3 episodes and you guys seem to really love them. So hey, tomorrow I will upload an episode for Ultimate Issues. But this podcast, as you can tell, is more of the fun, entertaining podcast. So I got one for devotions and I got one for just just having fun. So remember, it's called Ultimate Issue Podcast with Aiden Fountain. If you want to go check it out, please do. Just listen if you want to, because it's a devotional podcast. I mean, who does not want to have a moment with God, heart to heart? You know what I'm saying? So make sure you go check it out. Speaking of checking out stuff, make sure to check out my YouTube channel. It's called Flacco and Friends. Okay. Flacco and Friends. We have over 362 subscribers, and I haven't uploaded in a bit because I'm actually taking a break from YouTube. But when the time comes when I'm ready to be done with that break from YouTube, then I will begin to upload again. So remember, it's called Flacco and Friends. Also, if you want to check out the church website, that's https hvreno.church. You can go check that out right now. That's https hvreno.church. You can see right here, or you can just go to YouTube and spell Higher Vision Church Reno. If you want to check out the website, it's just hvreno.church. So make sure you guys go check out our church website. We do have upcoming events, which is the Easter hunt, which I actually explained in my Ultimate Issues episode that I did last time yesterday. So if you guys want to know more about the Easter event that's going on, make sure you go to hvreno.church/Easter so you can know more about the Easter event that's coming up. All right, so I just thought you all should know the important announcements before we get into today's story. So, I say we just get started. So, for those of you who don't know, or for those of you who just don't remember, uh, I have peanut allergies. Okay, so that is something that I was born with. Okay, and I'm allergic to all kinds of peanuts. Okay, I'm allergic to uh peanuts, obviously, tree nuts, walnuts, pistachios, cashews. That's what they're called. Yeah, cashews. I'm allergic to them all. Okay, I was born with those kind of symptoms. So there's only been though a couple of times in my life where I have actually had a very severe allergic reaction, and I thought I would tell you guys these stories because let me tell you, it rarely ever happens that I have allergic reaction to peanuts because I am more cautious and careful. The first story you're gonna hear, you can't even see my finger. The first story we're gonna hear, it has to do when I was actually a baby, and in the second, there we go. I'll probably never do this background thing again until I have a green screen on. But the second story has to do actually when I was 15 years old, so about like, see, I'm 17, 16. 3 years ago, actually. So the last allergic reaction that I had was about 3 years ago. So we're gonna go over those stories, and then we're not just gonna talk about that. I also want to tell you all some about my asthmatic moments because I've had some that were actually really bad. So I'm gonna tell you all this because who does not like to hear stories about someone almost dying from allergies? Okay, and I'm the perfect person to do that job. So, hey, pay attention, listen up, because I'm going to quiz you all on this to see if you guys really know me well. So, let's us begin with my first story. Um, I don't remember when or the actual location of what the place was called. All I know is that this happened in a nursery. So, I was probably about one. Obviously, Lily, was the oldest. She was probably like two at the time. So it was just me and Lily before Liberty was born. Okay, so this was a long, long time ago. Okay, like a very long time ago. So yes, I was a baby at the time, and we were at the nursery at a church, I believe. Some daycare of some sort. But that I really don't remember much about what happened at the nursery besides what I'm about to tell you. So, before I tell you all, I'm going to give you all some advice. So listen up because I don't think it's that hard to understand why you shouldn't. Never bring peanut butter cookies or anything that has allergies into a nursery. Why? Oh, just broke my mic. Testing, testing. Hopefully that still works. Sorry about that. Oh, so why? Well, first of all, they can't even eat the stuff because they got no teeth. We're babies, okay? Two, you don't really know if the baby can even eat that stuff. So who in the right mind thought it was a great idea to bring peanut butter cookies into a nursery filled with babies? That could be a choking hazard for them. And if someone has allergic reactions, me, there's a good potential chance that they could die. But someone decided to. Now, I don't know if it was an elderly woman or just some person who was trying to be nice. Who knew that generosity would be the death of me? So, someone decided to bring peanut butter cookies into the nursery, which I'm still kind of like confused. Like, why in the world would you do that? Don't ever do that. If you ever work in a nursery, a daycare, or just with little kids in general, don't do that. I think it's quite obvious you should never do that. So, anyways, someone brought peanut butter cookies into the nursery, and Liliana, she was trying to be all nice and trying to share with me, because that's what siblings should do. You should share, even if you don't want to share. I'm not really good at sharing my stuff. I don't let anybody touch my stuff. But anyways, Liliana was trying to be nice and wanted to share the peanut butter cookie with me because obviously she could eat it. She doesn't have any allergies whatsoever, which I'm not even sure how that's possible, but she doesn't have any peanut allergies. Okay, so Liliana wants to share the cookie with me. She's all, "Oh, Aiden, I wanna give you this delicious peanut butter cookie." And I'm like, "Gaga goo goo." I don't know if I could speak yet. Heck, I don't even know if Liliana could speak that well. Maybe she was all, "The cookie with the butter." Yeah. I don't know why I sound like that. I'm sorry. So anyways, I don't even know if I took a nibble or a big bite because I don't even know if I had teeth. Maybe like a couple. I don't really know. Maybe I had like a couple teeth. Because if I was only like one, I probably had barely any teeth whatsoever. So I don't know if I was like a little num 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 or I don't really know. And then all of a sudden, that's when everything changes. Okay. So next you know, when this is what my parents told me because I don't remember anything that happened after that. I don't even remember even having peanut butter cookie in my whole life before. So I'm telling you all exactly how my family told the story, or at least my mom and Lily did. I'm not sure how Liliana remembers because I don't remember. The only time I ever remember is when they actually told me the story. So I started to get puffy. Now here's the thing. I was a big chubby baby. I had a big, huge head. I don't know how that changes because now what I'm trying to say is I'm skinny now. So I don't know how I'll go from a big, buff, incredible baby to this skinny, but I did get that name. Flocko the Great sounds way better than Grande the Great. So I think I'm going to stick with that. So yes, I started to get puffy, at least that I was told, and I wasn't breathing. And now we have a whole situation going on here in the nursery. I don't remember what happened. All I know is that I was told that I was rushed to the hospital. I was given the EpiPen. Never played with EpiPens. They are not a toy. And that I was completely fine after. Like I said, I don't really remember what happened, when it happened. All I know is that I almost died that day. So who knew that sharing could almost kill me? So hey, if you guys ever want to share something with me that's food related, I am glad. But make sure you read the ingredients or make sure that I can't even eat it, okay? Because I don't want to die. No one does, especially from eating stuff. Hey, who knows? Maybe the peanut butter cookie was delicious. Maybe I didn't even like it. I don't even know what peanut butter tastes like, so I would never know. So, but here I am today. I'm still alive. I think that peanut butter cookie made me skinny. Is that like a symptom? No, I don't know how that works. But that was my very first ever moment that I've had a severe allergic, almost death situation, allergic reaction to peanuts. And well, about 16 years later, or actually, my second one happened to me when I was 15. So about 15 to 14 years later, I never had a severe peanut allergic reaction until when I was 15 years old. Let's see, today's 2024, 2023, 2020. I want to say actually maybe 4 years ago. So around like 2021, maybe 2022. But before we get into that story, I bet you all have to go potty. Maybe you have to take a little poo poo. If you guys have to take a little poo poo, I'll give you all 10 seconds to do your thing. Or maybe you just want to get some snacks. So I'm gonna give you all 10 seconds to take a little poo poo break, or if you just want to grab some snacks. So 10 seconds, go. Hey, welcome back. I hope you all enjoyed that 10-second break. Hopefully you're able to grab some snacks. Hopefully you took your little poo poo break. I hope you washed your hands too. If you did not wash your hands, then that's just gross. Okay, so now we're getting on to the second story of my most dangerous moments when it came to peanuts. Now this one, I feel like is the more scarier tragic moment is because of the peanut that I actually had that I didn't know was in this food substance. So I'm gonna start with asking y'all a quick question. Have you all ever tried pesto? If you have, please just comment or just shake your head. Yeah, shake your head up or shake your head no. I don't know. I can't see you guys, but at least come on. I don't want to feel like I'm talking to myself here. So if you guys have had pesto, just let me know. So I was in 2021 or 2022, I believe. I had pesto for the very first time. Okay, so pesto is like I was kind of questionable about it because it looks like diarrhea because it's green, and I don't like green foods besides green apples. I love green apples, but other than that, it's like nah, I don't want that. I don't want that. But I was gonna try it anyways because it was supposed to be from my pasta. Yes, I eat pasta. So mom made this pasta. Someone gave this pesto sauce as a gift. I don't remember who gave it to us, but it was someone from the church. Um, yeah, so I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot because I'm always told I'm a picky eater. Listen, there are specific foods that I like, and there are specific foods I don't like. That doesn't make me picky. Sure, I don't like ketchup. Sure, I don't like mustard. Sure, I don't like mayonnaise. Sure, I don't like any of that. I guess that really does make me a picky eater. I didn't think I didn't think about that. So okay, maybe I'm just a little picky. That's all. That's a little picky. Do you hear me? So don't judge. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Judge me. We better throw hand. I'm just kidding. I'm a Christian. I would never do that. Turn the other cheek. I'm not sure which cheek they talk about. Is either this cheek or I don't know why I did that, guys. I'm sorry. That was wrong. Anyways, like, can we get back to the story, please? You're all very distracting. So, anyways, I'm ready to try out this pesto sauce. So I didn't pour it that much because like I'm not a guy who likes a lot of sauce. Like Little Caesars, they put way too much sauce on pizza. I won't eat it. I like the pizza that doesn't have too much sauce but enough cheese. If y'all take my meaning, I am that kind of guy. So yeah, I was trying pesto sauce for the very first time, and I'm not gonna lie, pesto sauce is actually really yummy. I think that's probably the only sauce besides like marinara sauce. Like I think, but that's like a classic sauce. But pesto sauce was actually pretty good. Like I actually liked the pesto sauce. I thought it was pretty delicious. I was like, oh wow, all right, it's not that bad. As I'm eating, mom's all, hey, by the way, guys, if your mom asks you if you did something and you didn't do it, maybe you should have done it because you don't know the end results. I learned that the hard way when I was 15 years old. Let me tell you what I mean. Mom is all, oh, Aiden, did you read the ingredients on the pesto because you don't know what could be in the pesto sauce? And I'm like, Mom, it's sauce. What could possibly be in this sauce that I cannot eat? I don't know. You must be tripping or something because I don't know what you're talking about. What could possibly be in the pesto sauce? So I'm just eating away. I didn't eat that much because it kind of started really quickly. Like, okay, so this is what I'm telling you. I realized that my mouth, like the inside of my mouth, was getting very itchy. And I was all, man, dang, why? Mom, my mouth is getting really itchy for some reason. And that was the first red flag. And mom was all, your mouth is getting itchy? You should have read what was in the ingredients of the pesto sauce. I was like, Mom, it's probably just the texture or something. It's nothing. It's nothing. Okay. Maybe I'm just not used to the whole texture of the pesto sauce. And then all of a sudden, Liberty's all, Aiden, your lips look like they're getting fat. Okay, I may have lost it because, okay, mom, I don't like when mom's in panic mode. If mom's in panic mode, it causes this chain reaction, and then it's like this whole hell situation. And I'm like, I don't want to go through that right now. So I'm like, Liberty, stop. That's not funny. That is just mean. Don't scare mom like that. And then all of a sudden, mom's like, no, Aiden, your lips are actually getting puffy. Like, um, what's that thing that I Show Speed did with the Kylie Jenner lips? Think of something like my lips look like that. Would I look good with? No, I don't know. I don't. I don't think I would look good in Kylie Jenner lips. But anyways, let me continue. That's basically what my lips look like. Or like the Dove Cameron in Descendants 3, her lips look fatter than normal. Think of something that's how fat my lips were getting, okay? Just think of the most famous person that has big lips. Okay? So that's what was going on. Okay. I go check in the mirror and I'm like, wow, my lips are actually getting swollen. That was not a good sign. So I come back to my mom and she's looking at I'm gonna pretend this is the pesto. Okay, yeah, my yeah, it's kind of empty. You can't see. There it is. So pretend this is oh wow, that smells good actually. Anyways, so mom's looking at this and she's all, Aiden, there are little bits of cashew in the pesto sauce. Now, here's why this situation got a whole lot worse. Peanuts, okay, yes, they get me bad that I could die if I ate a lot. But cashews is a whole different situation. Okay? If I just ate a little piece of pesto, not pesto, I'm on the whole pesto thing. I meant cashew, okay? If I ate a little piece of cashew, just a little bit, I could die exactly like that. And not an easygoing way out. I'm talking a painful way to go out. And I found that all out the hard way, okay? So cashews are basically my most deadliest uh peanut allergic reaction. I don't even know if I said that right. What I'm trying to say is like cashews are my most deadliest peanuts, and like they could kill me in an instant in a painful way. So found out the hard way. So all of a sudden, my stomach is cramping the living daylights out. Like it felt like it was eating me up. Like I felt like I was. Y'all see that movie Alien? You know where we got that little baby xenomorph that's just crawling up into your stomach, and it looks like something's eating you from the inside. So it's just like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Think of something like that, maybe even worse. So listen, ladies, ladies who are watching this podcast or just listening, for those of you who've had their pee moments, you know what I'm talking about. I am sorry. I don't know how many times I can say I'm sorry, because if that's how you feel when you're having your those moments as a teenagers, and if it's that painful, then I am so sorry that I thought of y'all as just some weak people, because that is wrong for me to think of that, because if that's how you feel, then I am very very sorry. I don't know what that's like. I don't even know if that's exactly how it feels, but that's what it felt like at the moment. So I just want to apologize, and I understand how it feels. Okay, so anyways, now my stomach is eating me up, and I was in pain, like unbearable pain, like my body was shaking in pain, because it's not supposed to have cashews in my system. That's the death of me. Okay, and then my throat begins to just close up, which means I could not breathe. Like I could barely breathe. Now, here's what made the situation even a whole lot worse. I have asthma. Okay, that's a whole nother thing on my plate. Okay, look, I got this inhaler right here, my albuterol. So this is my inhaler. This helps me to open up my chest and get my heart pumping fast again without having to slow down and die. You know what I'm trying to say? Okay, so basically, I didn't have my inhaler with me at the moment, and my chest was getting super, super tight. Like I couldn't breathe, and I'm having an asthma attack. So I'm having an allergic reaction to the cashew, which is painful enough, and now I'm having an asthma attack, which just made things a whole lot more painful than it should have been. Okay, and in the words that I could put it, that my family told me, I was actually physically dying, which is scary. Like I was literally dying. Like I could have died that day if I kept eating more of that pesto sauce with the cashews in it. So I guess you could say it was a miracle from Jesus that I'm still here today after that whole situation. But it's another life lesson to make sure you always read the ingredients. Even if it's in applesauce, I always check the applesauce, okay? Because you don't know. Or in any sauces in general. I almost forgot. During that situation, I was told to lay down on the couch, and I'm just in an unbearable pain. And then mom's all, for some reason, she decides to go take a bath as I'm physically dying at this moment. Who in the right mind would want to take a bath at this wrong moment, especially from someone who's more worried about these kind of things than I am? Okay, so she's all, hey, I'll go take a bath. If you start getting hives all over your body, let me know. So hives, they're like basically like red spots all over your body. Well, 10 minutes later, I'm covered in hives. So here I am, a dying kid with hives all over his body. Okay. My eyes are getting itchy. There we go. So that I got that going on. I got red spots all over me. My chest and my throat are closed up so I can barely breathe. I'm in unbearable pain and I am physically dying. Okay. And so my dad finally got home after mom told about the whole situation. And so here's the good news. Okay. I didn't have to take my EpiPen because it wasn't at the point where I needed to take it because I didn't eat that much cashews. While yes, just a little bit of cashews could do that much damage to me, as I'm telling you this now, if I had a whole lot more, I think I would have taken my EpiPen right away. But I didn't need to, so that was kind of a good sign. I wasn't going to die today. Instead, my dad gave me 4 Benadryls. I think like 5, and let me tell you, I do not remember what happened after that. It knocked me out cold. Next thing you know, I wake up and it's like 1 p.m. in the morning the next day, and my body is just weak and just like just so sore after what happened after I ate the pesto sauce. But just the fact that I woke up and I'm still alive and I'm still in this whole I'm good, skinny, sure, whatever, but good. That's a miracle from Jesus himself. So like I get to tell that story to tell people that, hey, Jesus ain't done with me yet. I ain't going to let no devil pesto sauce. Oh, yeah, I don't eat pesto anymore. So if anybody ever asks me, hey, do you want some pasta with that pesto sauce? I would kindly say no, and I would tell them the reason why. Now, if they're watching this podcast and now they know why, then I don't have to explain myself why I don't want pesto sauce. So, hey, listen. Don't give me pesto sauce. I won't eat it. I don't trust it anymore. So that was another, and actually my very last allergic reaction I've had from peanuts. So it's been about 3 years since that happened. And to be honest, like I said, it's a rare situation to have. So it's probably never going to happen anytime soon. Now, for some reason that it does, I will, I will let you guys know. I guess that sounds kind of weird. Like I'll let you all know if I'm about to die again from peanuts. So that sounds kind of weird. I don't know if I'll say it like that, but you all get what I'm trying to say. I haven't had an allergic reaction from peanuts for a bit, okay? But those weren't the only times where I needed medical attention, okay? And that's where we're going to get to the asthma stories. But before we begin, listen. I can see you all like this, okay? That means you guys probably have to go. I'm not sure why you guys need to go. I gave you 10 seconds to go. So just go. All right. And if you're hungry and you're thirsty, go drive to your nearest gas station or go to your fridge. If you got a Red Bull or something, ship it to me because I really want an energy drink right now. If you got pizza, just ship it to me or just give it to me on the screen. I would appreciate that because I love pizza. Okay. So let's take a 10-second break. I'll give you all a chance to take your bathroom break and snack break. So 10 seconds. Go. All right, hey, I hope y'all were able to make it to the bathroom just in time for you to do your thing, and hopefully you got your food, your snacks, and so much more. Okay, now I have to sneeze. Anyways, so let's get away from. Actually, I totally forgot to tell you all this. Did you know that peanuts were not the only thing I was allergic to? I couldn't have milk. I'm still a little bit lactose intolerant, but not that bad. It's not that bad anymore like it was when I was little. Okay, but that was not the only thing I was allergic to. Oh, no, no, no. I couldn't have bananas, and I love banana pudding, but I couldn't have bananas. It wasn't just bananas I couldn't have. I couldn't have pizza. I couldn't have milk. Like I think I already said that. I couldn't eat eggs. I couldn't have oranges. I couldn't have a lot of like the normal stuff that people eat as a kid. So I'm like, this kid could just die from anything. But hey, I grew out of that stuff. Okay, I eat a lot of banana pudding. Okay, I love cereal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Pizza is my number one favorite food, so I'm glad I can eat pizza now. I'm not an egg person. I don't really like eggs unless if it's like in a bacon burrito or just a ham egg burrito, or I don't even know what it's called. Then I'm totally fine with that. Sunny side up is pretty good too, but like I don't like it by itself. Um, I can't eat big oranges, like the big ones, because if a lot of citrus gets like on my face will get red and irritated and puffy. Like I said, guys, this is my life, and I'm still here to this day, and I'm just so glad that I even have friends. Okay, it's interesting. So I have all that, but I can eat cuties. I love cuties. Just make sure you spit out the seeds, because for some reason I have seeds in my cuties a lot, and it's really annoying, especially if you hear that crunch and you're just like, oh, I just ate a seed on accident. So yeah, I can eat all that stuff now. I'm allergic to dogs and cats. Still am to this day. Cats are probably my not second, maybe third or fourth most deadliest of allergy. Cause okay, so dogs, it's weird because I have a dog, but he's hyperallergenic, so he doesn't shed. I just gotta make sure he doesn't lick me too much, or my skin will get irritated. But he's a hyperallergenic dog, so he doesn't shed. However, if it comes to me entering to someone's house that has a dog that can't shed, so normally it just be itchy red eyes, and just itchy throat, and just like a little asthma attack. But it's not deadly serious. Cats, on the other hand, I get puffy, I can't breathe, and my eyes are bloodshot red, and it's a whole other situation. Okay, so I cannot go to people's houses with cats because the results will turn out really bad. So yes, I also have that. I can't be around horses that much because I guess it has to do with their manes or their hair that you just have on them. It will give an allergic reaction, plus hay and all that kind of stuff. So, anyways, those were the other things I am allergic to. So glad you guys are still with me right now, if you still are. Now let's talk about asthma. So I'm not really sure how asthma even is a thing, but it's a thing. So like I already showed you guys my inhaler, my Buterol. That's the inhaler that I use, that I have been using my whole entire life. Um, and I think it's going to be a forever thing with the inhaler. Actually, a lot of, some people ask, Ada, do you believe that your peanut allergies will be a forever thing? And from what the doctors told me, yes. I will always be allergic to peanuts until the day I die and meet Jesus. And until I meet Jesus, I'm going to be stuck with these peanut allergies. But now you're probably thinking, oh, do you feel like you're missing out, left out? Actually, you know what? I do not feel like I'm being left out. To be honest, I really don't. I mean, obviously, I don't like having peanut allergies, but it's like it doesn't bother me as much. Like, I'm not like, oh, my life is horrible. I can't eat it. No, I am I'm grateful for the way God made me, okay? I'm not really sure like why I have all these allergies. It's just who I am. But like I've come to the point where I've accepted it and just go on with my life and not let that stop me from just doing what I do in life. So, I don't feel like I'm missing out. I mean, there's been some moments where like I wish I could try this, but I can't, but it's not like the end of the world for me. So no, I don't feel like I'm being left out. So no, I'm pretty fine. So I do. Let's get back to asthma. So I usually have asthma attacks, or maybe not attacks. Those are more the severe ones. Like little like if I'm having like an asthma problem, it's like not that big of a deal, but I gotta make sure I go take a puff. Then like those happen actually pretty much every year. Okay, or like especially like during the winter, spring season, allergy season. That usually happens, especially like whatever weather is going on right now that usually can affect my asthma, my allergies. But there's only been though a couple times where I've actually had to go to the hospital because of my asthma attacks. Let's get on with that. And the first one actually has to do with my dog I used to have. So we used to have a pit bull, and her name was Grace. So she was our very first dog. We actually rescued her. This was at our old church in Los Angeles. This was a long time ago. Like Sky, I don't even think Sky was born yet. At least I don't think so. Maybe she was. No, I don't think she was born yet. Maybe she was. She was probably like a really little baby. So we had this dog. Her name was Grace. She was the very first dog we ever had, and we just wanted to try it out because we were hoping that maybe at least my allergies won't be as bad, or that they um We're not there anymore. Unfortunately, that's not the case in this story. So this is what happened. So we were at church one day, and as we came back, we realized that my window was shattered, like it was broken. Okay, it looked like someone either threw like a big rock into our window or just any object. So we go check, and we go into my room, and there is blood spattered on the walls and all over my toys that I had. I had to throw away my limited edition Darth Vader helmet because of the blood that was all over it. I missed that helmet. It was a really cool helmet. Darth Vader is like my life, man. Well, Jesus is my life, but like Vader's like if you understand what I'm trying to say. So there was blood all over my walls, all over my toys, and there was blood all over the window. Come to find out, our dog, Grace, jumped through the window and ran away. So we had that whole situation going on after church. We eventually did find her, and her leg, it wasn't broken. Thank the Lord for that, but it obviously was bleeding because she jumped through glass and it cut her. So, after that whole situation, we had to throw away a lot of my stuff. Sadly, like that Vader helmet, I'll never forget. Anyways, however, that's when everything started. So I'm trying to sleep, and then all of a sudden, I felt my chest beginning to get a little tight. So I'm like, oh, I'll just go grab my inhaler. I get my inhaler, take some puffs, try to go back to sleep. I could not go back to sleep because my chest began to get tighter. So that's how asthma works. It affects your chest, and it begins to tighten, and it becomes very hard to breathe. That's what inhalers are for, is to help kind of open up that chest and help you to be able to breathe again. Okay, but for some reason, my inhaler was not working at all. Okay, I go to my dad and I tell him that my asthma is starting to act up. My inhaler ain't working. He says, "Okay, go take a hot shower." Usually, like heat, especially like if you take a very hot shower or bath, usually kind of helps for your chest to just kind of open up. Steam, however that works. That it did not work. Okay, so I was kind of like a little scared and concerned. And the thing though was we found out why I was having an asthma attack. It had to do with when Grace broke through my window. She went through my room, which means she shed all of her hair in my room. And so, yeah, basically, she was kind of the reason why I had to go to the hospital in the first place and why my asthma was beginning to act up. I never have felt anything like it before, really. So, I'm having that whole situation going on. Okay, so by we, I mean me and dad. This was actually around 12 a.m. So, it was morning time when this happens, and it was kind of late. We drive all the way to the hospital, okay? And doctors, they get me into this hospital beds. I don't even know. I think that's what they're called. Okay, they hook up like this. Actually, I think it was on my thumb. Yeah, it was on my thumb. I don't know. It's like it senses your beats per minute when it comes to like your pulse or maybe just your heart. But they put that there. Okay, and then they strap this mask. Think of it as like Bane or Darth Vader or something. Okay, on my face so that way it can help me breathe. Whew, there was a lot going on in that night. So I sat there for a good couple of hours. I was trying to rest. I was trying to breathe, and it worked. Okay, so it helped me. So after a couple of hours, I was taken back home. Obviously, I couldn't sleep in my room at the moment until we vacuumed all the hair that Grace apparently left in my room. Thanks, Grace. However, that wasn't the first time that happened because for some reason I began to have another asthma attack. Not a little asthma where like you know what I'm trying to say. Like it was another asthma attack. And it was like a couple of weeks later, or maybe a whole week later. I don't remember like how long it was until I had it. But so that happened. I was taken back to the hospital and I had to go through that whole thing again. But it was also the red flag to Grace needs to go. No, we didn't put her down. There was no point. We took her to an animal shelter. She probably has a home by now, and hopefully the owners are very nice to her. But yeah, that was when we realized that we had to give Grace away. Um, were my sisters upset? Actually, yeah, they were. They were pretty upset. Okay, but it's not my fault that I was born with that. Okay, we knew that this was a 1 in a million chance of happening. Okay, so it's like, but we did have some great moments with Grace. I had some great moments with Grace. Uh, But hey, years later, now we have a dog named Finnegan. It's hyperallergenic, who is small and annoying and hairy and likes to eat. But he does like Star Wars. All right, I introduced him to the Star Wars world, so that's the only thing I like about it. It's like he'll watch Star Wars with me, so he's kind of cool. But yeah, so now we have a dog, So but yeah, those were my probably most horrible. Besides when I had the whole pesto thing, but those were like the more medical attention needed asthma attacks. So, hey, we got one more story though, and it has to do with my asthma, and then the story's over. So, you know what that means? It's time for y'all to get your break. Probably gonna go grab some more snacks, or if you're grabbing an energy drink, please just give some to me because I would really like that. Maybe you need to go take your dog out so he can take his potty because he's probably like. "Arr, arr, arr." So make sure you get him out. Take your 10-second break. Go. Yo, guys, welcome back. I hope you all had your good 10 seconds to yourselves. Hopefully, your dog finally went to the bathroom. Hopefully, you got your snacks and Red Bull. And now it is time to finish story time about my allergic reaction moments. Woo! Because I don't know why I don't know why I'm doing this. I just thought you guys would maybe need some like little life lessons. Make sure you read ingredients. Make sure you're careful what people give you if you have allergies, and also to make sure that you always carry your inhaler with you. I can't see it. It's kind of there. It is. Make sure you carry your inhaler with you. I really need to set up my green screen, but I don't want to because we're about to move. Actually, this Sunday, I think. Actually, I don't know. But we're moving from this house. I know you can't see because of the background, but we're about to move out of this old house. So, anyways, let's finish today's episode with one more story, and this actually happened to me last year. So, yay! Now, last year we went to probably one of the greatest camps of all time, known as Hume Lake. Dude, Hume Lake is the greatest summer camp of all time, without any doubt. I don't know if y'all go to Hume Lake and listening, but if you are, I'm clapping. So yeah, Hume Lake. That was we went to Hume Lake last year. And man, we are just eating stuff. So me and the teen boys and the teen girls. Well, I mean, I was more with the teen boys, but because I'm a teen boy, we just have some good times and just we're just really eating this up because this was our second time going to Hume Lake. Last time we went was last year. So yeah, we were pretty excited. There's a good chance we're going this year. So hey, I'm excited. So we're gonna might go this year. So I'm pretty pumped up about it. So anyway, so it all started with this little event where it's a running event that they do at Hume Lake where you have to wake up at 7:30 in the morning. You got to make sure you do your stretches and then you run around the entire camp. So Hume Lake is it's in the mountains. It's on the mountains. So you're running around the entire mountains. It's not like a little running marathon thing. No, this is like it's like a whole thing. Like it's big. It was big. Okay, but I was pumped. Okay, so I love to run. I got it from my mom because she loves to run too. The only thing that can stop me is you guessed it, asthma. That's the only thing that gets in my way when it comes to running. And I love to run. I really love running. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the breeze blowing on my face, or maybe it's just a feeling in my legs as I'm getting like speed. I got pretty strong legs, I was told. So I know I'm skinny, but I got strong legs. So anyways, let's keep going. So I'm getting ready. It was me, West, Chris. Was it Chris? Did Chris run? Chris, did you run? I don't know if he ran. Maybe, I don't know. And my mom, obviously, she wanted to do it. I know it was some of the guys from the camp and some of the girls that were part of our youth group came too. So, I'm pretty excited. We're getting all our stretches on. I'm like, all right, this is going to be fun. Okay, so we begin to run, and also I had my inhaler with me because if I started having like a feeling like I'm about to have an asthma attack, I could just run, just like, it makes it a lot more easier. Okay, so we're doing this thing, we're running around the entire camp. And what I did, which I thought it was cool, was as I saw the ending, I sprint. Like I was flash, just zoom. I pushed myself to the limit and I ran towards the finish line. I mean, there wasn't a finish line, but there was like an end zone where like you were done with the run. And I got people that are like, woo, woo, look at that little speed demon go. And I was like, that's me. So I'm just eating that up. I loved it so much. However, I was in pain. Okay, so my chest couldn't really take much more of that. So after I finished the run, I had to just go take a break for a sec. I needed water. I was feeling like it hurt. Okay, because so a thing I have a hard time when it comes to like running is breathing through your nose. You don't breathe through your mouth, like because that it's common for people to do that, especially if they're tired from like running or like maybe heavy lifting, something like that. The best way to make sure that doesn't happen for people who have asthma is to breathe through the nose because it helps make sure your chest doesn't get so tight, but it's kind of hard for me because I'm an asthmatic person. So I'm more used to just like breathing through the mouth as I'm like running. And I was trying really hard to breathe through the nose. Plus you cramp if you run, like which we've all felt. Especially don't drink too much water if you're running because you will start cramping, okay? That is just a life lesson that I was also taught as that event happened. So I started to feel asthma attack, but it started to kind of go in. I was like, okay, I'm cool, whatever. It wasn't until later I started to get really dizzy. And as I'm starting to get dizzy, all of a sudden my body is in pain. And for some reason, I begin to cry. And I'm like, why am I crying from this pain? What is going on? And my chest began to get tight. And I started to get dizzy. And I was losing it. Okay. Chris witnessed this moment. Gigi also witnessed this moment, which I apologize again for traumatizing you at that moment, Gigi. I wasn't expecting that to happen either, but I'm okay. You already know I'm okay. We're okay. Cool. Also, I'm okay. So, as that's happening, I'm taken to the ER. So there was two things that we found out happened. One, apparently I didn't drink enough water. So basically, I was dehydrated. Second, it's because I didn't really take my inhaler that much. My chest was not fully opened up and it was still really tight. And for some reason, it got really bad to the point like it hurt so bad I began to cry. And normally I don't cry from that kind of stuff, but that was the first time I ever cried from like asthma pain plus dehydration pain. So like that whole situation happened, but I was okay. I just needed to sleep, and the sleep did I get. So that was a very scary moment because I was not expecting that to happen at all. Now, is that going to stop me from doing the run this year? Absolutely not. I am going to do it again, but this time I'm going to do it right. I'm going to drink lots of water, make sure I take a good amount of puffs with my inhaler, and I'm going to run. Okay? I'm definitely doing it this year, and nothing's going to stop me. I loved it, and I am willing to do it again this year. But that was another asthmatic moment that I've had. When it came to uh running. So I love to run and I am willing to run again if I can with my mom. We love to do that. I just got to make sure I be more careful as I'm running. Plus, I have a friend named Bernard. He also is an asthmatic, but he's definitely the one who has a lot more control over it than I do. So I can definitely learn some points from him. Anyways, guys, that was today's episode. Man, it's almost been an hour. This is probably the longest episode I've done, and this is just the first episode of this podcast. So, like, hey, I just want to thank y'all so much for listening, and hopefully y'all learned some pointers. Be careful what you eat, read the ingredients, carry your inhaler, and drink lots of water. Okay, I don't know why I'm decided to teach you all this today, but yeah. So hang on, I want my ending music. today's episode of Flacco's Fun World. Make sure you hit that follow button and to subscribe to Flacco in France and to check out the hvreno.church website so you can find out more about the Easter event coming up. Don't forget to also follow me on Ultimate Issues Devotional Podcast. You can check it out on Spotify, just like this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Flacco in France. I think I already said that. My name is Flacco the Great, and this is Flacco's Fun World Podcast.